Hey everyone, here we are back in Griffin, just working our way through this harvesting contract that we started last time on field 13. We haven't got far to go, so things are progressing pretty well. I decided to get going and stuck into it this morning because looking at the weather forecast, it looks like we've got snow on the way, so that would not be helpful, and it's due potentially as early as the next hour or two. So I thought best plan of attack would be to get the cotton harvested, even if we've then got to spend some time moving things around. That's okay, but that bulk of the work is done. We've also got to get the last of that hay baled up on field 33. You'll recall last time we delivered some contracts there. Oh, well, sorry, we didn't deliver the contract. We delivered the first trailer load of bales, so we're pretty close to finishing that contract, and in fact, first thing this morning I loaded the trailer again before coming down here to get this cotton sorted out. So it looks like we've just got probably another 3 trips the length of the field here, and we should be, maybe it's 4. Be interesting to see how much cotton we got off the field. So we'll just take care of that. You're probably keen to know how things are going up on the farm. It's good news up there. The replacement silo is installed, and they're starting to remove some of the heavy equipment. I think it'll still be a week or two before we can use the new silo. The foundations they want to cure before we put any weight in it, and also, as is often the case with these things, we're having a little bit of a discussion about completion. So it seems we have, it's only really minor things, I hope, but some slight disagreements about what constitutes completion, and I'll show you where we're up to when we get up to the farm. But it's not quite done, so I hope that we can sort that out pretty quickly, and that potentially from next month, if not certainly January, we can get back to, well, first thing to do would be to unload that trailer full of grass that we've got sitting in the barn. That would be a really good start, and get on with selling some silage, which is important to us. We've slipped into the red again. Our overall finance position is pretty good, but our cash flow it just remains challenging. Now as soon as we finish a couple of these contracts, we'll be comfortably back in positive territory. Jocelyn and I got a letter from the bank manager just recently. Here, I'll show it to you. The gist of it is that with rising interest rates everywhere, and here comes the snow, with rising interest rates everywhere, they need to put up our interest on our loan. So you might recall we've got a $300,000 loan secured by the almost $1.5 million of property that we brought. So that interest rate's going up from 6 to 7%. Now the 7% was costing us, the 6% was costing us $1,500 a month. And whoops, what happened here? That's better. And so that's going to go up another percentage point. So I'm guessing that that'll be a little extra for us. But there's nothing that we can do about that. You might have just seen flash across the screen the yield's slightly reduced because snow counts as rain. I think it's more important to finish harvesting this field than this last little stripe, but nonetheless that's just a bit unfortunate. We didn't quite get it all in and done. So, but we're almost there. Go and finish that little stripe behind us. And then come back to this end of the field. Almost got it done before the snow started falling. It is moderately pretty. If we sort of squint, maybe we can make believe it's just cotton blowing around on the breeze, but them's the brakes. It occur to me now that we're a few episodes in, we probably should at least have given Kevin and Jocelyn their names. So Kevin and Jocelyn Barnard, as you will have seen on the letter, and they've got a couple of sons. Jocelyn's a graphic designer. Kevin, of course, we've talked about in the past, an ex-banker, and he's learning about farming, but really finance is kind of more his strength. He wasn't exactly shooting the lights out as a banker, but yeah, he's just kind of your average rural banker really in Minneapolis. So anyway, they seem to be settling into the farm life down here in Indiana pretty well, and Jocelyn's consulting on graphic design. She's kind of got the benefit she can do contract work for clients pretty much that are anywhere. Starting to sort of get connected with the local community. She's really the environmental conscience of the operation, so putting a bit of pressure on Kevin to learn about how to do a better job environmentally at this farming caper. So we'll see where that takes us over time, of course. But here we go. They're just coming to the field. We'll grab that last little bush there. And that is all of the cotton. So we should be able to turn the baler off and unload it. Oops, let's try that one. We'll unload that, so that's another 5,000. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 85,000 litres of cotton, and if we have a look at our contracts, so cotton harvest, we've delivered 20,000. We've got almost 24,000 to go on field 13, so that'll be another bale. Well, really, it's a bale on the little one we just had, and then on field 14 we need 53,000, and we've got 3 bales, which is 60. So we should have about 7,000 or 8,000 litres of cotton left over when we finish these contracts. So let's head on up and drop this one in and just confirm how close that takes us to finishing the field 13 contract. So there's the Spinnery. Just drop in there. Ourselves a little bit of room to swing into the gate. Drop this bale off. Didn't quite get it in the right spot by the looks. Maybe we did. Let's try that again. There we go. So 89% transported for field 13. Almost done. What's it say we need? Field 13. Yeah, another 3,900 litres. So the next bale will do the trick. We'll just pick this one up, get this one across to the Spinnery. And back with another bale. Let's just drop this one. We've got quite a routine going, but the snow isn't showing any sign of letting up, so that may limit proceedings a little bit. We'll just see. So there we go. Right, so that's the contract on field 13 finished, and we've got 31% done for field 14, so that's good. I'm worried about that the snow and the hay, so but while we don't have any money, which contract does the equipment belong to? This one, of course it does. So we're going to have to finish these contracts before we do the hay, because we can't hire any workers to help with any activities while we're in negatives. So nothing for it. I'll see you again in a minute. And back we go. Let's drop off another one. What's happening here? odd. 20,000 litres not being taken. Huh. Wonder what's going on. Contract's not finished. 13 is finished. 14, 86% complete. 36,000 litres to deliver. So there should be plenty required. Oops. Let's go and have a look. Right. So Kevin's just been inside. It's a bit of a shambles in there, to be honest. They've just informed him that the banks and the lawyers are now in charge. They will not be accepting any more deliveries. In fact, he was lucky to get the first stuff for Field 13 delivered because the Spinnery is entering receivership, or the American term for it, I think, is Chapter 11. And so until their financial woes are dealt with, they will not be taking any more contracts or producing any more product, which is a bit of a problem. Well, problem for all the staff, but potentially, but also in terms of getting these contracts fixed. So Kevin's quite familiar with the process. Seen it many times over his banking career, but never been on the receiving end. So at the moment, we're left with a couple of bales of cotton, an unfinished contract, and not quite sure what to do next. So I guess some phone calls will be required, but in the meantime, there's the trailer with the bales, which are for this contract, and I think it'd be interesting to find out if the snow affects baling, but baling up these remaining rows might be almost the equivalent of putting on some thinking music. So let's put down the pickup and see if we get any. It doesn't look like it. So it looks like baling is fine in this snow. We certainly want to get all that done before the snow really sets in. It would be not much fun at all to be trying to pick bales off this field if it's covered in snow. But yeah, what to do about the Spinnery? There's nowhere else locally to sell cotton, so it's not like we could. I'm pretty sure the only cotton sale, opportunity in this area is the Spinnery. So it's not like we could sell it and deal with it if we fail to deliver on the contract. I mean, at least we've got 86% delivered. But if we fail to deliver it, we'll get hit with a penalty. So I wonder I wonder what else we could do. It's an odd one. Well, I guess we'll watch the process with interest and see what Chapter 11 brings. Meantime, it looks like the only practical way, because if we finish the contract on field 13, we'll get a little bit of money, which puts us back in the positive, but we also lose the equipment to move the bales around, which is a bit annoying, particularly given that they're 20,000 litre bales, so they're a bit awkward. We might have to make a bunch of phone calls and see what's what. In the meantime, we'll keep pressing on with baling this field up. There's not that much to go. I'll see you in a minute when we've baled it all up. We'll take that load down to the Larsons. They might, I'm sure there'll be plenty of chat going on down there about the happenings at the Spinnery, but maybe there'll be some ideas there about what we can do, and at least we can finish off the baling contract, because the remainder of the bales, the leftover bales, we can potentially just sell because we've got plenty of hay of our own. It's not like we need the extra. I don't know if we're going to find the extra 3,000 we need to finish off that bale. Let's see. It's turning into a bit of a challenging day, what with the letter from the bank manager and putting up our interest rates, and the Spinnery's gone into receivership, Chapter 11. So wonder if somebody's called in their loans, and that's what's triggered that. There's every chance. Oh well, we'll keep our head up and keep fighting through. But I think this is probably goodness me, 1,500 litres we need. I don't really want to drive all the way to the other end of the field to get it, but these little patches are fiddly to pick up. No, I think that's let's have a look at what the price of a hay bale is and make a decision. hay bales. I suppose it is $1,000 or $800. Is it worth making a trip down there for $800 when we're in the red? I guess it is. So what do we got here? 7,100. If you didn't follow the maths, then whilst I only need 1,000 litres, or now 500 litres to finish off this bale, I won't be able to eject it if it's not complete. So the whole bale value gets lost, which at $100 per 1,000 litres means that last 1,000 litres makes me the full bale value, which is $800. So there you go. And we should get it in this pile here. There we go. Okay, so let's empty the baler. Remember the empty command. So fold baler, unload baler is Y. We'll unload. Slow down a fraction so we don't kick them out at too fast a pace. Now we should be able to fold it up. Park it up near the top of the field here. And take the full baler down to full bale trailer down to Lawson's. Larson's. And I'll see you all down there. So here we are at Larson's. It's just these bales unloaded. Hoping that will catch the edge of the trigger. Does, and we missed 2. We'll sort them out afterwards, but we have finished the contract, and the excess made us another 2,000, so that augurs well for the we should get another trailer load off the field, so I'll see you up there in just a second. Just on halfway through loading these bales, if you didn't notice, the money we made from the last drop at Lawson's took us within $30 of getting back into the positive, so this trailer load and the contract will put us in good shape, which is terrific. In fact, we're going to have more than a fields, more than a trailer load here, so it's a bit of a nuisance, but we might come across another time and grab the excess. What have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the looks. One on here. So 4 pick up. We can get those in the ute if we can tow or a tractor with a bale spike. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's go back down to Larson's and finish this guy off, and then we'll come back and get our wool trailer, our cotton trailer, and take that back to the field, because I'm not quite sure what we're going to do about that at this point. I'll see you back at Larson's. I remembered on the drive down that we need a roller. We haven't rolled our wheat field, so it's an expense, and it would be kind of a good idea to get that done this afternoon if we've got time. I don't see as how we can finish the other contract, so there we go. 12,000, that feels a lot better. So you'll see I left the bales stacked neatly at the top of this access road, and we can come and pick them up at a later date. In the meantime, we'll get this back to the field and switch across to our ute and head on up to our place. At least I can show you the progress that's being made up there. Alright, so I'm back down here. I've just got off the phone. It was quite interesting. A small town like this is a buzz with news about the Spinnery, although a lot of folks don't seem to know what's going on. But I thought, I was looking at the contract situation, and we need to complete our baling contract, so we can collect on that. But then I thought, well, in terms of the person that's most likely to know what's going on with the Spinnery is going to be Leroy, given he's a big cotton producer in the area. So I gave him a call and explained where we were up to. And it was quite interesting. So he was able to confirm that it is the bank that's called in the receivers and put them into Chapter 11, and they own the property and the business effectively, because of the nature of the finance arrangements that it's under. And the going rate for the whole parcel as a going concern is just on 90,000. So it's kind of an interesting piece of information, but he's not sure either what's going to come of it. He said, the business hasn't been necessarily particularly good. So it's another piece of the puzzle, but I'm not sure quite where it leaves us. I mean, at least our finances are looking a lot healthier with 33 in the bank. And now what's this? There is a very large truck and low loader coming out of our driveway. You might have to hold here for a minute. Wow, well that's enormous. So as you can see, they're packing up. There's still plenty to go, but they are starting to clear, and they're right in front of us. You can see the new dryer and fermenting silos, so kind of dwarfed our old silo configuration. But there you go. I think they've done a pretty good job, to be honest. It's kind of just squeaked it in, you know, blended it in. This is the bit that I was talking about. Their contention is it's fully working. They didn't undertake to do any roadworks, but kind of as you can see, there's a dirty great hole at the end of the drop point. So we're having a bit of a discussion about that, at least for the minute. There's some earth moving equipment and a dumper that seems to be up here. What have we got over? And a heap of their leftover bits. I'm hoping they'll clear all of this away. Their supplies and assorted bits and pieces, but I guess it was a pretty big job, but you can't complain about that. I reckon that's terrific. So that is going to be a really big help. Much more capacity than we had before. It will dry hay for us, or dry grass into hay, and produce silage. So that's all great. But in terms of today, I'm kind of not sure where to go from here. We've got these contracts. I think it might be time to grab a cup of coffee and have a bit of a think, have a talk to Jocelyn, and just ponder. So until next time, thanks for watching. See ya.